I took these notes from a podcast on Chick Fil a Hormozy podcast, I believe, and I, I couldn't believe I was listening to a podcast and taking the notes because it struck me. Chick Fil A is a fast food restaurant, but they do things so dramatically differently and to such a different level. Yeah, this is probably the just the most ghetto podcast and maybe the shortest one ever. But I have to put this out there, even just as a reminder for myself. So let me go through these stats real quick, and I've just put this here so that I can go through these line by line. Chick Fil A makes more money per store than Starbucks, McDonald's, and Subway combined, altogether. McDonald's averages $2.6 million per year in sales per location. Chick Fil A is 5.2 million. It's twice. Chick Fil A is doing twice the revenue as a McDonald's. And they're closed 1/7 of the week. That just blows me away. Yeah, they're operating. One out of. I'm trying to think of another industry where you could do that and say we're going to close. So every 7 days we're going to close, but we're still going to not only compete but have twice the revenue as someone down the street. McDonald's has 49 products on the menu, while Chick-fil-A has 12. Let me make this smaller. So let's recap. 1/4 the number of items that McDonald's is selling, twice the revenue, and 3 or 4 times the profit. That is what blows me away, is a company that has refused to try to grow by adding more complexity, adding more products. They're just not going to play that game. So you have less products, which means few mistakes in the restaurant, fewer mistakes in drive-through. Although I have to say, I've had several Chick-fil-A orders go wrong. But few mistakes in restaurant, few mistakes in drive-through, less complexity, super efficiency, which to me, I guess, yeah, of course I think about how to apply this to my own business, but I think about how medical clinic can apply it to, you make the decision to add ancillary services, all the side things, the extra things. I know sometimes that makes fantastic sense, but also sometimes I think you have to add up the cost of complexity, the opportunity cost, the cost of adding more staff, adding more equipment. So anyway, it's just something to think about. A couple other things here. This was a great quote. Are we in it for the money or are we in it for the mission? And quick bullets here. Chick-fil-A owns every single location. I think this is interesting because my boys were asking me about how does Chick-fil-A work, and I didn't really know. But they own them. They get, he said, 60,000 applications per year for people who want to open a Chick-fil-A. They accept 100 of those 60,000. 100 people a year get awarded a Chick-fil-A. Almost all of them worked in Chick-fil-A at some point, worked their way up. If you are awarded a location, you pay comparatively a measly $10,000. And there's a reason why coming up. So we have awarded you, you qualify, you meet the standard, you've worked at Chick-fil-A, pay us $10,000, let's get started. And Chick-fil-A, remember, they're doing $100,000 per week in revenue. But here's why it only costs you $10K to get in. Chick-fil-A pays for and retains ownership of everything, the real estate, the equipment, the inventory. And also, they take a much bigger piece of the pie. So he says KFC takes 5% of sales. Chick-fil-A takes 15% of sales. Someone on here probably knows a Chick-fil-A owner. I would love to have them on the podcast. And also Chick-fil-A they take 3 times amount of sales compared to another fast food place, and they take 50% of any profit. Most owner-operators can only own one store. They will rarely give you a second one because they want complete maniacal daily focus on that one location, which is interesting. A friend of mine used to manage a lot of McDonald's, and it's so common for McDonald's owners to own 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 locations. So I don't know, just different model. Ruthless prioritization of the few items they want to sell. So they just, I don't know how much better they can make that one chicken sandwich, but it's just fascinating to me because, well, all sorts of reasons that I'm not going to ramble on about. It's just for 70 years, this franchise, this company has made the process leaner and better. They made it leaner and better. And they've been doing that now for 70 years. And they've just gotten really, really good at it. So a quick reminder mostly for myself that, man, growing something takes time. We're talking about decades here to build compound interest, to get the flywheel going and just continue to learn and iterate and improve.